Hey everyone, this is the Lego Batman movie Clayface Splat Attack set. And this to me is one of the most interesting and unique constructs that Lego has come up with for anything superhero related to date. Just my opinion. I think that the decision to go with studs on the outside as many places as possible is a really good one, because they could have made this very smooth, you know, taking a completely different design approach with it and made a smooth body and just try to have larger smooth surfaces, you know, with a lot of curved pieces. But this to me is really interesting. All the round 2x2s. Now it's not all round 2x2s with studs on the outside. You know, they did mix things up quite a bit. And in fact, this set has an incredible number of different types of pieces that were recolored into this medium nougat or medium dark flesh color, including the 1x2 by 2/3 slope pieces and a bunch of clip and bar pieces, you know, extended pieces that are modified plates. You can see a lot of those up around the head. And the biggest surprise for me, well, two things. First of all, those eyes are not stickers. Those are actually printed bricks, two different ones, you know, because they had to make, they don't have the print on both sides. So they had to actually make two completely different pieces. But the hinges, so the head can move up. We'll get to the articulation in just a second. The hinges, the bases of the hinges underneath that are used in the body, those have been recolored to medium nougat or medium dark flesh. And then also that piece right there. Sorry, I'm supposed to use the JANG pointer now. That right there, recolored into this medium nougat color for this set. Obviously the designer of this set has a lot of clout at Lego to be able to order up so many pieces in this relatively uncommon color. I mean, look at this, that's a bracket piece right there. You know, it's one of those kind of Z-shaped ones, it goes down and then up inside of there. Also the half rock piece here. Man, so many recolors. And then a lot of other parts are done with just brown, which works well. There's not much gray that shows through, you know, with some of the pieces that are color locked, like the friction adder joints for the CCBS system inside of there. So a lot of interesting stuff going on with parts. At the very least, it makes for an interesting parts pack. And look at this, as I come all the way around the back of it, the texture continues. It remains. They didn't get lazy with the back at all. They didn't just stop with the building and design of the back to reduce the part count or to get it to be, you know, a smaller set with a lower budget. They went all in, went all the way around every single angle. This does not have a camera unfriendly angle. So many surprises for me, and it's all positive surprises so far. Now let's check out that articulation, since it is basically a large action figure. First of all, I've got the head going up and down, of course, and it can also turn from side to side a bit because that's on a small, I wasn't really supposed to make that sound right there, it's just a little bit of sticking, but it's just a small Mixel style ball joint, so you get, you know, some ability to rotate the head around. It just has a little bit of stickiness in it right now, but you know, to look in different directions. It's not really able to look down. The arms are on ball joints here for the kind of the elbows. Those can be rotated around quite a bit. And then up above, it's a ratcheted large joint, which has enough room around it to bring the, look at that, bring the arm all the way up. You can also rotate it forward, full, almost 90 degrees, not quite. It's one single stop away, or maybe like a half a stop away from going full 90. But you know, you can bring this straight up above the head like that. He's actually looking up. You know, a lot of stuff that can be done with this for how much bulk it has. And the width, interestingly enough, the width and the stability of the feet is sufficient to hold it even with like an arm going fully forward like that. There's a good amount of weight in here, and there's a good amount of length to it as well. So that comes all the way forward. These are the 6 stud shooters with the stud pieces done in that same color there. That actually looks pretty good, and they do give you a bunch of extra studs in the set. 12 officially, 12 spares, that is, plus a couple more as well. And then for the legs, these are just on ball joints. You already saw the friction adder joints, so those can be brought forward and back. Can also be splayed out. And let me see if I can make a little bit of a walking pose. I don't think it's too difficult. Yeah, there we go. It's the the haters gonna hate kind of walk that he gets with just the short little legs. But there's just so much stability here because of how long the foot is there. And let me see if I can get him to actually lean forward into that walk a little bit. Look at that. No, I want to do it a little bit farther than that if I can. Yeah. He's leaning forward and he's still standing up on his own. Maybe, actually, yeah, okay, there. I wanted to find the point where it'll actually start to fall over on its own. But that's with one leg fully brought up, in front, or one foot fully extended out in front. So that's actually pretty good. The stability and the ability to articulate things. Now, you can do some extra things with the face as well. One thing is just swapping these eyepieces around like this. Makes for a completely different facial expression. Kind of looks like a Cookie Monster to me, but it's appropriate. This is right. It's basically the Batman, the animated series version of the Clayface character. But I don't think they advertised this. But you can do this as well. Because these are all jointed pieces here, you can start to move the mouth around. It does expose a little bit of gray behind there, but kind of make him look more like he's smiling. That's a completely different look. Or you can kind of go half and half. That's a little bit weird, or maybe that looks like he's being punched. If Batman comes flying through, or he's getting hit by a batarang at that point or something. Maybe it's a little bit weird with the tooth there, but there are some things that you can do to change up the look of this, which is great. Not only what I've shown you so far, but you can also give him his iconic hammer hand. There we go, like that. More pieces recolored into medium nougat. These are the half height, half cylinder pieces, the shorter ones that are relatively new. I think they were first introduced, was it last year or the year before? But not many sets have those. And then the 4x4x1 brick, round brick with the 4 Technic pinholes. That's how they're able to get this to rotate around. So with his stability, he can bring the hammer down from quite far above, however you want to set that up, it works. They also showed on the box that when he gets defeated, he can kind of sit like a sad baby, like they got me. See, it's a fun thing, really fun thing. The two minifigures here are a basic Batman and Gotham Mayor McCaskill. And if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, my apologies. I am not familiar with that particular character. And I'm not at all ashamed of the fact that I'm not familiar with that particular character. It just is what it is. I'm so glad that they include another basic Batman in yet another set. They have put a basic Batman into so many of the sets, and some of them even use the same exact faces. And that is a perfectly good thing, because it means that they want kids to be able to get their own basic Batman. Even if you don't have the budget available to you to buy one of the larger, more expensive sets, if you want this particular set and you're not able to get another set, well, you get the most desirable character with it. And I think that was a good choice. It would have been evil to limit the Batman to a small number of the sets, especially more expensive ones. They've really put him out there for the kids who want him. Now, the mayor has a very odd skin tone, in my opinion. And anyone who wants to, yell racist needs to just chill out or go away. Because I'm talking about the color, not the race. I don't care about the race one bit, not at all. I don't care about the fact that this character is being voiced by Mariah Carey in this particular movie. I'm just talking about the color. That skin tone, no matter what it's used on, is a very strange tone to use for humans. They've got the Caucasian-inspired light flesh tone that they came up with for licensed sets. And then Clayface is the medium dark flesh color. This is what LEGO calls a regular flesh, just flesh. And especially with the light yellow colored hairpiece, which is a really nice piece, but just the contrast there is very awkward to me. Alternate face for Batman and alternate face for the mayor as well. Okay, those are both good. And with the nicer, more modern style of cape, you can easily flip that up to see the alternate, or the back print there. And there's one more feature for the mayor. It's a splat, if you will, a splattering of clay from Clayface, and she has been trapped in it. Even more of those medium dark flesh colored pieces, or medium nougat colored pieces, are included here. And you can kind of rearrange that a little bit, or even use those parts to kind of add to your Clayface build, the main figure if you want to. Cool stuff. And I think this works out pretty well. It makes sense for trapping a figure in there. It just has space for the legs to fit down in there. Overall, a really cool set, in my opinion. I like so much of the build of the Clayface itself and its play value, its playability, the interchangeable arm parts. I think even the stud shooters are integrated in there nicely. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, and they don't stand out too much. The parts and the part colors, and the whole idea of having studs everywhere, because it just asks for this to be rebuilt, changed, and added to. That's about all I have to say about this one. Now it's your turn. Share what you think down below in a comment, and if you want to see more of my videos, keep coming back to my channel. Don't rely on YouTube to let you know when new videos come out, because YouTube has been unsubscribing many people unbeknownst to them, and YouTube doesn't really like to let you know about new videos from channels that you've subscribed to nowadays. So, like I said, just check back on the channel and you will see new content on a regular basis. Catch you later.